Hello, I'm John Smithwick, and I'm right here in Machala, Ecuador. Our Global Ventures teams have been seeing some amazing things take place. I want to share them with you. Welcome to this special episode, Overseas of the Reach. We are here in the center of Machala, Ecuador, and it is beautiful. Just this main plaza with the church in the background of one of their famous cathedrals. And we, of course, have been working right after the height of them coming out of their just main blow of the pandemic, just probably the last several weeks. Within that amount of time, they've had some of the worst cases of the numbers with COVID, people in the hospital and deaths and things of that nature. But it's amazing what happens when we as believers just simply decide to step out despite the obstacles and say we're going to go for it. And really we should have that attitude as believers, because Jesus didn't say find reasons to stay. He said no, find reasons to go. And the ultimate reasons to go are, one, that he ordained it. He gave us the great mission of the commission to go. And so just wanted to share some of the cool things that are happening on the supernatural front. Yeah, we've done some social aid and help on that humanitarian front, but really it's the supernatural miracles and manifestations that have really, really ministered people and caused them to see and experience God at just whole new heights. I'm just thinking right now of one of the miracles that happened while here. A friend of mine, Nate's his name, he saw a man that was deaf from age 10. The man is now 34 and deaf in his left ear completely, could not hear. And after ministering and praying for him, Nate began to check his ears and had him plug his good ear. Nate would clap, and over they checked that ear. It had totally been healed and opened by the power of Jesus. When the man realized what had happened, the man began to just break down and give thanks to God. It was awesome. And you know, that shouldn't be surprising to us, because in the ministry of Jesus, which we are to follow after, we're to not only follow after in studying the scriptures, but we're to follow after in our walk on this earth. We're to walk like Jesus walked. He introduced us to the Father so that we could know the Father in the same way that he knew the Father. And that means that we're not to be far below what Jesus operated in. We're to operate as he moved and lived and manifested miracles and the supernatural and words of knowledge at the level that he did, and then some, because he sat down at the right hand of God. He made all things right for us to be in right fellowship with the Father. And it's why he said, you'll do the works that I do and greater works. And so with that, we see the same dynamic happening. Jesus, in the 2nd chapter of John, does his first miracle. And the amazing thing about that is it was a context that he himself at first was not anticipating needing to operate and do his first supernatural miracle. But his mother Mary requested, hey, they've run out of wine. Can you do something here? He said, my time's not yet, Mom. What's up with this? But because of the need and because his mom requested, you know the story, he had him fill up the water pots and turn 6 huge water pots from water to the finest wine they had tasted that entire marriage feast. And something amazing happened. In the 11th verse of that chapter, it says his disciples believed on him. Once that miracle occurred, it said it manifested forth his glory. And it caused them to believe that he truly, truly was and is the Son of God. That's what happens when miracles happen. We go out and manifest miracles to people. They see that Jesus really is the way of salvation, that he is the Messiah. He's the only way. He's the Savior, the Lord that's come not only to be a religious kind of visage or image of a God, but to be a real relational, just right there, tangible, the one and only manifestation of the true and living God, God the Son, 100% God. He was 100% man. The amazing thing, though, when we look closer at that story, is the disciples had already believed to a degree that Jesus was Messiah, because in John, the first chapter, he recruited them to follow him. And in fact, he had a word of knowledge with one of them. He knew supernaturally, saw Nathanael standing under the fig tree when Philip called him and said, "Come with me, I want to introduce you to this man that's got to be the Messiah." And when he was approaching Jesus, he said, "Man, an Israelite in whom there's no guile." And Nathanael said, "How do you know me?" And he said, "I saw you when Philip called you there, standing under that tree. When you were standing under that tree, Philip called you. I knew you." And he said, "You're the Messiah." And he said, "Hey, you believe because of this saying, but just wait, because from this point forward, you're going to see the heavens open, Nathanael, and angels ascending and descending upon the Son of Man." That was one of the names Jesus referred to himself. Nathanael was going to be seeing, along with the other disciples, just notable miracles that would cause people even the more to know and realize that Jesus was and is Messiah. That's exactly what happened when Jesus performed that first miracle. It upped their belief. When people see the miracles of heaven right here, right now, on this earth, not just them talked about from days gone by. It's great to talk about miracles of days gone by, but not if we can't have miracles now, because a miracle now does exactly what that miracle did when Jesus turned the water to wine. It manifests forth the glory of heaven, the glory of God. People need that manifestation. They need that connection with the supernatural moving on their behalf. What it does, it causes them to just experience the presence of God. The presence of God becomes so real and so tangible to everyday people in those moments, and it causes them to believe on Jesus as Messiah. Let's manifest forth his glory so more people in our day-to-day life can know that he truly is Savior and Lord, and that he loves them.